This is Sean.
This is Kevin.
And this is the One Other Thing Season 2, Episode 12, the finale, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
exactly. I know, I think we did a lot more in the first season. Again, folks, big plans for Season 3. I'm going to tell you, though, we're going to have a gap. Just come leading with the gap.
Yeah.
We're going to have a gap because of
year.
the holidays, and we're probably not going to pick up until, I'm guessing, mid to late January.
Yeah.
But we will be back, and, those of you that have been with us since the beginning, well, I hope you've seen the evolution. I can't thank you enough for being a part of this journey, and it continues. We have big plans for Season 3, and we're definitely looking forward to it. But before we get to that, we got to do our closeout here. We got to, do our end-of-year special, if you will.
Yes.
And we kind of missed Thanksgiving. In fact, we missed a lot. It was cool because we blamed you on the last one because I'd been the reason for the previous, 3, so I don't even remember what the reason was. We skipped the last time we were going to record, but we landed on it's your fault because I've taken too many hits.
It probably is my fault since I was switching jobs, and it gets weird when you switch jobs and you're tired, and so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and end of year, man. Whew. Brutal. End of month is brutal, and I lived that today, but end of year is pretty much here,
I know. It's weird. I feel like with COVID, it's time is getting more compressed. It's like we're in a wormhole.
I think that's age too, my friend.
Yeah.
Years keep getting faster.
It's really going fast, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, if you're just joining us, welcome. This is the One Other Thing, and this is pretty much what you can expect. Again, if you've been with us a long time, can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it. And I just looked at the camera 4 times in a row there. I think I'm good. Right?
All right, yeah, we're done for the rest of
the week. I'm not looking at the camera
yeah,
again.
we're done now.
Got that out of my system.
Yeah, got it.
So, because we kind of skipped the holiday, how was your Thanksgiving, buddy?
It wasn't bad. It was just small, like these days, your Thanksgiving dinners are with just a handful of people.
Yeah.
It's the way I like it.
I'll be honest, actually, this is the first time we saw folks that we typically celebrate with in 2 years. So it was extra special this year. Not to mention pro technique there. I hosted, but my mother-in-law cooked. Yeah. So awesome. My job was keep the fire going, and I did a great job, I must say.
Awesome.
If I do say so myself, yes.
I was about to pat myself like I did anything. Congratulations for supporting Sean.
I used flammable items to get wood on fire and then kept it fed. That was basically my big day.
Yeah, really. I don't really have anybody at my house. I don't think I've had anybody at my house this entire year. Really.
It's because I haven't thrown a party.
I know. We gotta get back to poker this winter, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. But actually, on it as a reminder, and it won't matter for the recording purposes, but we have a date tomorrow night.
We do.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, going out to the public again.
Yeah, going out in the world. So very exciting. Yeah, we don't do enough of those too, man. It's just not enough days. Just not enough time.
Not enough time. A lot of video games, and now these TV shows we're watching. It's just not enough time.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention the
Busy schedule.
game we're playing is a time sink. But
it is.
That said, we got actually a lot to get through on this episode. So I'm going to try my best to make sure this isn't like a 9-hour special. But you never know with us.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do you want to, before we get going, just kind of tell people how we're going to, if they want to give us ideas between the season?
Absolutely. How would they do it? How would they contact us?
Easy enough. I mean, you can head to our website, tootcast.net, which hopefully that's how you found us anyways. Emails at tootcast.net. Sean answers all emails.
I do. I
does.
do. Yeah. And I'm fairly good about it, actually, believe it or not. I check it on the, I would say I check it at least a few times a week.
Yep. So if there's any, I think we're on just about every possible podcast, deployment, method from, anything from Android to Apple to everything. So if there's any others people want on, just let us know. If you have any ideas, for season 3, we're going to collate and plan out our entire season in advance. Yeah. It's going to be special.
Yeah, I love hearing from folks. So, I mean, if you want to tell us we're great, we'd love to hear that. If you want to tell us we suck, well, we wouldn't love to hear that. But you know what? Kind of love to hear that, too. I'd love to hear all of it. So, don't hesitate. It's great to be able to interact with folks. So, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, good times. Good segue. I like it. Yeah.
Segue, yeah. See, by season 3, I'll have this down.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, again, we're doing a weird order here, so I'm just going to jump into the What Are You section. So, buddy, what are you playing these days?
am I playing? Well, I've been playing Path of Exile with you,
Yep,
which
a
has
lot
been
of
taking
that.
a lot of time. I did get a new TV at home, so I'm like, my old TV was an old TV. It
Mm.
was when TVs were just like, yeah, there's a gaming mode, but what does it do? It makes the colors different. It does nothing to refresh rate or frame rate.
Not for nothing, folks. His old TV was gorgeous. It was a thing of beauty.
Oh God, it was a 1080p, the last plasma ever made.
Yep.
They just stopped making it because they're too expensive, too hot, too much power. Not worth it for the
That was a
manufacturers.
pretty TV, though.
A couple burn-ins though, which annoyed me. So my new TV is a mini LED TV, so it's the newest technology.
Yep.
And it does look great in dark scenes. I'm like, oh, thank God, because I
Nice.
wanted an OLED, but OLEDs can burn in.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that again.
Yep,
So I
no
did a
burn-in.
mini LED. It's because it's got so many of the the way it handles the how many dots it has on the screen. It's easier for it to kind of like, it doesn't really turn off the lights like OLED and plasma does, but it's close enough where black scene is black, like night sky looks night sky. It looks great.
Well, you also made another big purchase. Not just your TV. What else did you get, buddy?
What else did I get?
It's funny, you don't even know. You just bought the new Xbox.
Oh, that I've turned it on once.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, I know. I asked you. You're like, why'd you buy that? You have a PS5, and you're like, oh, they sold it.
yeah, I was like,
It was
I
for
saw
sale.
a thing pop up. I'm like, I just like put in the queue for Walmart. I'm like, I'll just buy it. I probably will. I did get Game Pass, so
Yeah.
I will probably be playing like Bethesda games, and because they're not going to be released on Sony, so you got to play on the Microsoft.
Not for nothing. Who said that? Who was the guy that entirely called? No, they're going to be cross-platform. Yeah, because
not.
Microsoft just spent $1 bazillion,
Yeah.
to share.
And Obsidian Entertainment too. That's another great company.
Um,
But the thing is the reason I got an Xbox is because we're still a year or maybe 2 years out before we can upgrade our video cards and our desktops to support 4K and HDR and all that stuff. But you get the Xbox for $500. Well, 800.
Yeah.
It does it all.
it's just like 5, only more.
Yeah, only more.
Um,
Yeah, so that's hooked up. I booted it up, and I gotta tell you right off the bat, I think the PlayStation has a better interface.
I just know I have so many games that I can't possibly play
Yeah.
because I simply don't have that many hours in my life.
Yeah. So my point is that when I launched a couple games, I was playing Jedi Knight, but now I'm playing Days Gone, which is a
Okay, I know what you speak.
it's a like a zombie. It's another zombie.
It's post-apocalyptic. Yeah, it's your jam.
It's my jam, and having a good refresher on a TV. Oh my God! The thing is, this TV has a gaming mode, and it knows when you play a game.
Yeah.
And immediately pops up and goes with a little like toolbar that says you want to see. You click this button, you see your FPS. You click this button,
Oh, nice.
so it's automatic. It knows it's just so clear. It's kind of like my laptop screen where the refresh rate. It's like you moving back and forth. There's no screen tears. It's easy on the eyes.
I honestly don't know if I notice half the things you do, though.
Well, if you saw my old TV, you would notice the.
Oh, when you do the side-by-side
Yeah.
comparison, I see it. But, like, just looking at the one, you're like, oh, you see that? It didn't keep up. And I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Which is often the case.
Yes, it's true. Charlize, my wife, she goes, I don't care about TVs or 1080p, 4K, whatever. But she said she knows the difference when
Yeah,
I
you
turn
said
this TV
that.
on.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not the 4K, it's the HDR. The high dynamic range that's really makes everything pop especially when you put like nature scenes on.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the
man.
first thing you do is 4K, like aerial views of like the forest and lakes and rivers and waterfalls. You're like, wow, that looks like you're there.
They actually reminded me of something else. Yeah, my new TV has that, and I guarantee you, my TV probably cost a quarter of what Kevin's did, and it is a gaming TV, but
Yeah.
it is not top of the line, and thrilled with it, love it.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not even using the full capabilities yet because I have to replace my receiver because I kind of use my receiver as an HDMI switch, which I have my new one already at home. It's actually a THX one, so
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it. But I'll be installing that with new HDMI cables because right now it's maxing out Nerd Talk at 4K at 60 hertz, so I'll be do 4K at 120 hertz
yeah.
once I get all the cabling going. But yeah, it's. It was only $1,600 for the TV.
Jesus, it's like the next 3 TVs I buy combined.
Yeah. My last TV, $3,500.
Yeah, what did I just spend on mine? I've spent like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
They've gotten so cheap.
They are cheap, and this TV is 65 inch. If I didn't get the 65 inch, the 55 inch was like $1,000.
I think mine's 50 or 55.
I think yours is 55. Yeah.
And it's way too big for that space, and I love that.
It's perfect. I know. 65-inch I like because you see my living room. It's not that far between where I sit and where the TV is. So 65 is. I could have gone 75, but I think 65 is pretty.
I'm going Fahrenheit 451. You remember they had the whole walls?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, count me in.
That'd be awesome.
Can't have enough screens in my world.
So I do like the TV, and I like how it's the bezel's so thin. It's crazy, and it's built in Alexa or Google. You can do either with the TV.
Oh,
which is
nice.
it's pretty awesome.
We run both in this house.
Yeah, I know. And technically we do too, but we don't talk to Google. We're on speaking terms.
Google's upstairs.
Yeah.
Downstairs is Amazon World.
Yeah, it's Amazon World down here. Yeah, that's awesome.
I really got to change the one I have in the other room because I've got the She Who Shall Not Be Named right there. But I named the so I didn't have the crosstalk. I named the one in the other room Computer, which is great unless you work in technology.
And you say the word computer constantly
A
on
lot.
the phone? Yeah. Hello. Yes.
She's always piping up. I'm like, I used it again, damn it.
I know. I'm so mean to her, too. I always tell her, shut the F up.
No, you can look up everything you've ever said. All of you at home can do this. You can actually go on Amazon and find everything you've said to Alexa. And I found that one day, and I was like, oh, I wonder how far I get. And page 3 before the profanity started.
Yeah, I think you'd be offended if you read my list.
Actually, for me, not for nothing, page 3 is not bad. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, it took 3 pages before it got the profanity.
Yeah, 3 pages, me saying things to her before I just start cursing at Alexa. Yeah. I was proud of myself.
God, I hate her so much.
So yeah, Path of Exile, we talked about it before. It is a time sink, and the game's just mean. That said, my God, I love it.
Yeah. Well, Diablo 3 will be playing my 24-hour session soon.
Yep, exactly. Yep, we'll be playing that soon.
Either next week or, I don't think it's going to be this week. I think it'll be next week, or it's got to be next week. It's either going to be this Friday or next Friday. I didn't look because it's not going to come on Christmas Eve, which is the following Friday.
Jesus.
That's how close Christmas is, by the way.
Yeah.
3 Fridays away.
That is brutal, man. That is brutal, and tomorrow's Friday, so wow.
Yep, so
brutal.
If it's not tomorrow, which like I said, I haven't looked today, then it's going to have to be next week.
I've been saying this for years. I'm going to start my Christmas shopping in November, and everyone makes fun of me like, oh, why do you start it so early? But then I listen to them, and I always end up in this pickle where I'm like, I feel like I haven't done anything.
I just look at your Alexa, and it's like delivered today, delivered today, delivered today.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's hilarious.
On that note, actually, what? We're going to talk about Christmas at the end of this, but, I'll add this to that section. I'll do it in a way that makes sense. Because, as you get older, that holiday becomes almost more difficult in a way, and I'll talk about that. But that said, what are you watching, buddy? I know that we got a lot to talk about here.
Well, let me start with. I've seen a bunch since we last talked. I think we did talk about Dune when we want to talk about Dune.
Oh, we did the trailer
last episode. Yeah. So the trailer, the 2.5-hour trailer, it was awesome.
It was good.
I'm gonna watch it in 4K though.
Yeah, of course.
I watched a documentary about Kevin Smith called Clerk.
Okay.
And it's worth watching.
Okay.
It's fascinating. You don't realize, or at least I didn't realize, that he's the reason why the Marvel Cinematic Universe really kicked off. He's the one who was really the proponent of it. He was a big fan of like Marvel back in the day, and there wasn't any big Marvel movies in the 90s when he was coming out, and he was like pushing hard for it. And then he got Stan Lee in all his movies, and he really brought it to the forefront. It was just really fascinating, what he went through to make those movies that he did. And, the fact that, he had a heart attack just a few years ago. But the one of the more interesting thing I saw in the documentary is that I always picture Kevin Smith as a pot-smoking guy. Yeah. Well, he hasn't been pot-smoking that much in his life. It was when he made the movie Zack and Miri Make a Porno, and Seth Rogen was starred. That day on, Kevin Smith has smoked pot every single day of his life. Yeah. And I think that's awesome that Seth Rogen introduced him to it. Yep. I think it's hilarious. And during the interview, he was rolling. Yep. Right in the interview. It was awesome. So it was a pretty good interview. And then after that, I'm starting to watch some TV shows. And I watch one episode each because I want to see which one I want to invest majority of my time watching. So I watched a show called Hannah, season 3.
Ooh. Did not know that was out.
Yes, Hannah season 3. I watched an episode of that. I watched an episode of Dexter New Blood.
Oh, and
I watched an episode of Foundation, episode 1.
Okay.
One of each. So if I was going to rank them all, on which one I'm really gonna hit heavier than the rest, it's gonna be that reverse of what I just said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Foundation first, then Dexter,
Yeah.
then Hannah. Not that Hannah's bad, but Hannah is a slow burn.
Yep.
Like the first episode, I'm like, they really needed a recap because I don't know what the hell. I'm like, what they doing?
I presume this is standard America, but like sometimes when it's been too long, we'll go back and we'll watch.
Yeah.
Like we'll just make a marathon of it, and we'll watch the earlier seasons of something
Yeah.
just to remember what the hell we were watching.
So I could tell that Hannah's still going to be a good. Like I was kind of disappointed in season 2 of Hannah. It was not, in my opinion, not near as good as the
That's
first
the first
season,
one. I
as the
agree with
first
that.
one.
Yep.
So I'm hopeful for the third season that they that they come back and make it more interesting.
Hannah's got to be like 35 now.
She looks the same.
Does she? Good.
Yeah, she looks the same. Everyone else looks old.
I'm afraid she's gonna be like, "Hello, I'm Hannah."
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why she's gonna turn into a guy in the process,
I
but she
don't
is.
know.
It's gonna happen.
I don't know. So I do like Hannah, but then it was really the first episode of Foundation and the first episode of Dexter, because as much as Dexter, and again, I understand that when the regular airing of Dexter ended, it was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Then you watch it, and it doesn't take long before you're like, oh, you gotta kill that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you're like, you gotta kill him, because he's been not killing for 10 years. And then this one guy, and he's living in upstate New York now, so he's not in Lumberjack anymore, which is kind of nice. So he looks the same.
Where in New York does it say?
It's a fictional town.
Oh, okay.
It's a fictional town, but it's actually, I looked it up, it's filmed in Massachusetts.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely has an upstate New York feel, but Massachusetts feel kind of similar, like them small towns. But when in there, and he has a new, I'm not going to say when you watch it, but he has, he had like a dark passenger in the first go around.
Yeah.
It was this adopted father.
Yeah.
This one's somebody else.
Okay.
And I don't know. I was like, all right, I like what it did. But then Charlize and I were looking at it and goes, oh, come on, he's got to kill again. He's got it. And then when he does it, and you're so satisfied, you're just like, you're rooting
I gotta
for
think
murder.
it's his brother, the ice cream truck killer, but I don't
that
know
was
who
a
else would
great-
make sense.
It was a great storyline.
It was good.
Yeah, it was a great storyline. But no, it's not.
But yeah, I'll probably watch it eventually, but just so I can bitch about it more. But what the fuck?
Well, it's only going to be one season.
Yeah.
So it's like a mini series.
Yeah.
Like 10 episodes or some shit.
I just don't think you can do that.
But I like him. I like.
Oh, I love
Dexter.
that dude.
I
I
like
still
Michael C. Hall.
actually, it's funny.
Yeah.
Michael C. Hall, that's great. It's David from 6 Feet Under. That's who it is.
I saw in reverse order. I saw
yeah.
Dexter first before 6 Feet Under, and that was weird for me because that's not the killer I know.
6 Feet Under was a good show, but it wasn't my bag in the sense that Mickles watched it and I didn't. No, Mickles is my wife. And but the first minute and a half was the best television I've ever seen because that's where they died.
Yeah.
Every episode, and
Every
I'm
episode.
like I would stop what I was doing. I'd be like, okay, let's watch him die.
Yeah, let's watch him die.
Okay, now I'm dead. I can go back to what I was doing.
So I did find the first episode of Dexter fun to watch. I did like it. So I'm like, oh, that's it's got the same music. It's got the original writers from the first couple seasons of Dexter.
Yeah.
So I watched an interview with Michael C. Hall, and he goes, "Yeah, I didn't. It's not his fault that the show ended. The way it did. It was.
Well, yeah.
It was the writing." And he's like. And the interview is like, you're doing this because you just want to end it better, don't you? I'm like, yeah, kind of.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was terrible. That was as bad as it gets. Somebody should have. I mean, granted, they were losing their job anyway, but they should have been rehired just to be fired again.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
So I'm watching this, and I'm watching it like it's a different show. You have to.
Yeah.
It's not in Miami anymore. It's a different show.
Okay. I'll give it a try, I'm sure.
But then Foundation.
Yeah, before we get there, actually, last time we spoke, I talked about a show called Startup, which is 3 seasons, and I think at the time I'd only watched 1 and 2. I'd recommend it. It's honestly, I think it's one of those shows that thought they were going to be picked up again and wasn't. Yeah. So that's the ending left a little bit to be desired to me. But it is the first season is the best, and then it gets progressively worse.
Oh,
know. But it was a good season though, or a good series. I would recommend it. I mean, I enjoyed it. So there's that. So Foundation, yeah. So what did you think?
I thought it was absolutely flawless, except for one thing.
I can't wait to find out. Just so you know, we only have 2 episodes left.
Yeah, I've only seen 1 episode.
The budget must be through the roof.
Oh my God, it was so gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
It sucked me in the first second, and on 4K, I'm just, on a big screen. You're like, oh. It's like at the movie theater, man. This is just like awesome. I loved everything about it. I loved the acting was chilling. It was like spot on. The
so
girl and the guy scientist, I forget his name, but the main scientist.
Oh, Harry Seldon there.
Yeah, he was. Great actor.
Hari.
Great actor.
Whatever. Yeah.
Oh. And I was looking at.
Yeah, I like that guy. I've seen him and stuff.
I was like, this reminds me of when Game of Thrones, when it was good. This is, has the, the snaky characters. It just has the dialogue.
It's
it just
complicated story, and I mean, you gotta salute Asimov. The dude literally wrote that series over the course of and I don't mean a figurative lifetime. I mean a literal lifetime.
At least he finished it somehow.
I know. He knew not to die before you finish your fucking story.
That's the thing. It's just, it was just so good. And I'm like, and they're saying it's going to take 1,000 years. I'm like, that's why it's a 1,000-year storyline. I'm like, this is awesome. And I'm just rooting for this. The story is so good.
I don't think I actually read it. I think I listened to it all in audiobook, so I'll have to go look and make sure I've got them all still. But I'll say this. One, I do remember enjoying the series a great deal. But you need to go online and look at the order to read them, because it's not the order at which they were written or released, which I know sounds weird, but if you do it, if you actually look up the order and you follow it, as you go through it, you're going to see why they recommend it the way they did, and it really helps. It really helps with the comprehension, because I did at some point in my life. I picked up Foundation, and I started reading it, and I was reading about this mathematician who had a pretty boring life, and you know what? It was a pretty effing boring read.
Yeah.
But by the time you get to Foundation, you should have so much backstory that you're like, oh, I understand why this is significant.
I was waiting for the show to come out.
What's funny to me, too? They talk about the psychohistory. That's kind of the whole premise there. And, of course, Empire's pissed because, you're giving a prophecy of my demise. Emperors don't like that.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that happens today. It's just big data. It's, like Amazon. And this is funny. People don't understand the algorithm, and they also didn't understand that psychoscience, or whatever the hell it was, psychohistory. Amazon knows in the Northeast that this Christmas season they're going to sell 50,000 microwaves. So they stock their warehouses with 50,000 microwaves. What they don't know is who's going to buy those microwaves. They just know statistically they're going to sell 50,000 of them. Yep. So they literally know at some level that I need a new microwave before I know I need a new microwave. Yeah. Just from a statistics perspective. And people mistake that for like, wow, Big Brother is watching. No, he's not. He's looking at statistical trends. So, yes, they know 50K microwaves are going to be sold. They have no idea who's going to buy them. And it's the same premise of this whole show is when you're looking at big data, you can see the trends. You can see the timelines. But when you look at the individual, everything goes out the window. Yeah. So I can tell you the future of our species. I can't tell you your future. That's...
And that's what he was trying to explain in the first episode there. It was fascinating. And you could tell that Star Wars and other sci-fis lifted things from the story.
Oh, absolutely.
It was so clear. And then, okay, here's my complaint.
Yeah,
Can't wait. It's a silly minor complaint. Very silly. Lee Pace. I love the actor.
Who the hell's Lee Pace? The middle emperor?
He's the emperor. He's the
middle one.
He's the middle emperor. So Lee Pace. Love the guy. Every movie before this.
What do you know him from? I know him from *Halt and Catch Fire*.
He was the bad guy in *Guardians of the Galaxy*. That he did the dance off in front of him for. But he was every movie. I'm telling you, every movie you see Lee Pace
I didn't know that was him.
He was in the Hobbit movies. So as an elf, but every movie you've seen him in, covered in makeup.
Okay.
So my issue with Lee Pace is he needs makeup.
Oh, see, I know him from *Halt and Catch Fire*, so I know that face.
Although,
let me tell you, dude, that dude's cock diesel. Like, that dude is buff. And maybe he got it for the show, but, like, the episode I just watched, I'm like, holy shit, the dude has abs.
Well, the armor he was wearing, which looked like 3D printed armor, he was wearing was really cool looking. It was actually kind of groovy looking. But that's why it's a silly complaint. I'm like, Lee Pace, I need you in makeup, man.
That's fantastic.
You look cooler in makeup.
I'm surprised because the minute you said you had a complaint, I thought about it, and I'm like, no, it's hard science all the way through and through.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I have no problem about anything Isaac Asimov ever says about science.
Have you ever heard the term hard science? Like, because that's the sci-fi I read is hard science, and I only know that, thank you, Amazon. Yeah. Because Amazon categorizes it that way. But if I understand it correctly, it's you can do whatever you want, but it's got to be plausible.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't draw a line from how we got from our current technology to there, then you can't write about it. Like, it needs to at least be feasible in some way.
Yeah. So it's basically Babylon 5.
You could go that way, yeah. With your Newtonian physics, only it's good and it has a story.
Yeah. They're so good, they're actually making a reboot.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't know why they're not up to 6 or 7 or 19 by now.
They only made Babylon 3, 4, and 5 so far.
I'm telling you, there had to be a Babylon 1 and 2 at some point.
I think they
Unless the original
they sank
Babylon
into
was
the
Babylon 1.
they sank into the swamp.
There you go. Exactly. That's great. I'm breaking my own rules because this show is this fucking good. I hate watching shows before they're fully done.
Oh yeah.
I hate waiting.
Yeah.
We watched a few episodes of Yellowstone because that show is so fucking good.
Yeah, I gotta.
Good.
I do want to watch that show.
Yeah, it's. I'm only 1 or 2 episodes into the latest season, but it's phenomenal is the word I'd choose. I mean, it really is that good a show. And Kevin Costner plays the shit out of Kevin Costner, and goddamn, I love that.
Yeah.
Doesn't act to save his life, but it's the way he laughs. When he laughs in an episode, it fucking kills me.
Yep.
Kills me. So yeah, Yellowstone. Best I can say is it's gangsters in Wyoming, basically. As weird as that sounds. Like you think they're cattle ranchers, but really it's like a mafia movie.
No.
It's freaking great. So, but yeah, Foundation. Again, only 2 episodes left to go, and I can tell you, I'd like the next season already.
Yep.
And it's just one of the finest pieces of work I've seen in a long time. Like I have no complaints. I'm just like, wow, this is well done, well shot, well executed, well acted, well written, just beautiful through and through.
Yeah, just don't like the Game of Thrones writing team to get on there.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. You know, I decided to, and I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I'd read something about George R. R. Martin not terribly long ago. And now to give you an idea of what a fan I am, I wrote George R. R. Martin between book 1 and 2. I actually responded because I said, "Don't make me pull a misery on your ass." You know, because I literally did say that. Like,
yeah. Like, I will find you.
Yeah, you need to know. So to give you an idea of what a fan I have been, I'm not reading it anymore. I'm done. I don't care if he releases. He's only supposed to release 2 more books for Game of Thrones. I don't give a shit. I'm not reading them. I don't care. You fucking burn that bridge. And I get it. A lot of money. I probably would have grabbed it too. But you know what? You've now lost the right. So I don't give a shit that you're that good a writer. I'm not reading your shit because you went and you fucked up the story. It's basically it. And, you know, it's just, I can't go back. There's one show I've not started yet, but I'm surprised you didn't mention it. Wheel of Time, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, yeah, I might watch that one too. Although I've never read the series, I don't know much about. Who wrote that? That was Robert Jordan.
Yeah, that's the fucker that died before. He wrote the prequel and then died before he finished his story.
Jeez.
That's by the way, that's my rub, folks. You know, he could have died. You know, you don't get to choose, as I understand it. But you finish your 15 fucking book series before you write a prequel.
Yeah.
You know? Or if you're not going to, you don't fucking die. Those are your options.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's why I'm pissed at that dude. But I'll watch that series, and it'll probably suck.
Yeah, I don't know how, because Apple seems to be doing a pretty good job on their shows, but that's an Amazon show, so I don't know if their shows are as good.
I'll be honest, that girl is Gone Girl forever.
Oh.
Forever.
Awesome. Yeah.
I mean, she did such a great job in that, and she scared the shit right out of me, and she's forever Gone Girl.
That's awesome. It's definitely Gone Girl, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so I'll check it out, though.
I'll give that a go.
Yeah.
But I'll watch it after I watch Foundation.
Yeah, I can tell you already, Foundation's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question. Like, I'll put it this way. That's a 15-book series I believe I will read again in this lifetime.
And I still need to finish Elementary. I just looked. I only have like 20 episodes left. I should finish that.
Oh, we haven't gone back to that in ages, but yeah, that's what I like about that is you can go back to that at any time.
Yeah. You don't. It's not a complex enough story where it's like, oh yeah, he's catching.
You're
criminals.
like, oh,
okay, what's next?
Sherlock Holmes solving mysteries. Great, I got it.
Yeah.
So you watch anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's it.
All right. I've only got one of these, but listening to anything you want to talk
about? I would say right now I'm a kind of a Beck kick. Right now, I've been listening to Beck.
Mick loves Beck.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, Pixies like crazy.
We're going 90s alt. Yeah. I like it.
And I've been going more Pixies deep cuts, songs I've never heard before.
Okay.
You know, there's a machine in your, what is that, machine part or something? I forget what the name is. In your heart or some. It's weird songs.
I can't even think what song you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
there's some weird songs. So I'm going deep cut Pixies.
Nice.
And this stuff is weird, and I love them.
You did seem a little cooler today.
Yeah. I was listening to Beck while I was driving up. I'm like, this is just a good song, man.
Yeah, he's talented. That dude's definitely talented.
Yeah. So that's what. And I'm not yet there yet, But I would say probably this weekend or this weekend further, it will be all Christmas music. So I'll be switching over soon.
I honestly listen to Christmas music all year long anyway because I'm like that. But I've been playing it because that's how I roll.
Well, I got the tree up, so I'm ready to start.
Yeah, you're doing better than me. We went to go get a tree the other day, and they were closed.
Oh.
We never heard of a tree stand being closed on Thanksgiving before. Okay, it wasn't Thanksgiving, but that was a shout-out to Arlo Guthrie, and, Thanksgiving. I presume this is or I've been told this is a Northeast tradition, but Thanksgiving, you listen to Alice's Restaurant by Arlo Guthrie every Thanksgiving. Typically, we listen to it at noon because that's when we're driving down to my mother-in-law's, and it's on EQX every year at noon. But this year we didn't travel, so I had to play it on my own. But, Alice's Restaurant. Everyone should be familiar with Alice's Restaurant.
I'd never heard of it till you.
That's amazing to me because I'm sitting here on the Group W bench. I mean, I'm sitting. There's just so many things to reference from that song.
It's a long song.
The meanest, nastiest father raper of them all came right up to me. It's just hysterical stuff. But Arlo Guthrie, definitely timeless, and it's definitely a Thanksgiving song, if you will.
Yeah.
Screw Adam Sandler. I'm not doing the turkey lurkey thing. I'm doing Alice's Restaurant every Thanksgiving. Have for God knows how many years, and will for the rest of them.
There's a movie I watch every Thanksgiving called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which is a Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, because he's trying to get home for Thanksgiving. Okay,
Yep.
why Thanksgiving? Okay, those aren't pillows. It's a great movie, though. I mean, John Candy, you can't go wrong with, and I personally think Steve Martin's a genius.
Oh, it tugs at your heartstrings. I'm telling you at the end, because you don't
When
realize,
he puts it all together, yeah.
Yeah, what his wife was actually gone.
Yep.
Oh God. Yeah.
Terrible. Well, listening to wise, actually, I will talk about two songs, but every once in a while I hear something, and it appeals to my ear, which you can almost guarantee it means it's bad. I don't know what it is, man. The worse you sing, the more I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so, like the last one I can remember before this one I'm going to talk about, down in Manhattan for work, we walk into this restaurant the guys were dying to bring me into. And I'm not kidding. I walk into this restaurant. I hear this riff. I start ignoring everyone around me. I'm pulling out my phone. I'm Shazamming. Who in the hell is this? This is amazing. It's the Wood Brothers song called Postcards from Hell. It's fucking great. And, I literally I'm like, this is amazing. Are you guys not hearing what I'm hearing? But Mickles was watching some show or another. Couldn't tell you what it was. And I heard something. And I'm like, whoa, rewind that. And she's like, what? What's going on? Because I wasn't paying attention to her show, but I heard it. And it's basically a dude. And his band, if you will, is called Yellow Days, D-A-Y-Z. And I played the song for you because it's a song called Gap in the Clouds. I'll be honest, I listened to his little EP. I'm not all that impressed, but this song is phenomenal. And this dude is like, well, you said he's British, so it's like a British Rick Astley in the sense that I don't know what I would envision that voice coming from, but it sure shit ain't him.
Yeah, Rick Astley. Yeah, when you see him, you're like, what?
This guy has that, where Yellow Days, Gap in the Clouds is a song. His voice is just, at least to me, it's very, very unique.
So you're never going to give him up?
That's awesome. Yeah, I won't let him down. That was a nice burn there. I like a little Rickroll there. It worked in. Never Gonna Give You Up has over 1 billion. That was a B, folks.
Yeah.
Views on YouTube. And, I mean, not for nothing, props to Rick Astley. That's right, I said it. Shout out to Rick Astley because the man deserves it. I mean, not for nothing. Nobody's listening. There's no billion people that are listening to anything we ever do.
No.
And that probably applies to the rest of you as well. I mean, not for nothing, man. That's the seventh of the population of the planet.
I know. Good for him.
And granted, it's billion views, not necessarily different individuals, but still.
Yeah, I watch it a couple times a year for sure.
awesome.
Sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident.
I was going to say, yeah, I'd probably get burned by it, get rickrolled a few times a year. So
it happens.
I read something that I just can't reconcile, although I know the magic of Hollywood will make it work, but apparently they're making a Dead movie. And Jonah Hill's Jerry. And yeah, it's the face I made. I'm like, Jonah Hill is Jerry.
Well, Jonah Hill, before he got skinny, might work if he grew a beard.
Even then, I'm like, I'm having a great deal of trouble reconciling that. But we'll see.
I could need to see him in a beard. It's the only way it's going to work, right?
I mean, he's got a little beard, but he needs a Jerry beard.
Yeah, Jerry beard.
Yeah.
Like a real one. You can't have a fake one. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. I would have sooner grabbed a mall Santa.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Like, you're Jerry now.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
For the record,
I don't know much about his life.
my deity that I hope for
Yeah.
is basically a cross between Jerry and Santa Claus. And I realize that's pretty much the same dude.
Yeah.
Like, not for nothing, Jerry would make a hell of a Santa Claus.
Yeah. Gives out great toys.
But, yeah, there you go. But, yeah, it'll be curious to see. So I don't know when that timeline is. They just started shooting, but look forward to that. I'll watch that.
I'm looking forward to the next season of The Witcher. I saw a trailer for it, and I love myself The Witcher, man.
Yeah, you got to love Henry Cavill, too, because, I mean, girls love him because, not for nothing, dude, like, he's like a male Charlize Theron, where it's just like, well, the genetic lottery was good to you, wasn't it?
He was. And the guy's cool. He's like,
Dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah, what do you like playing video games on? I'm a PC man. You know, I just think it's awesome.
Well, I see the meme all the time of Henry Cavill playing with himself, and it's him playing Witcher.
Yeah. You know, they're re-releasing The Witcher again, just for free. I think CD Projekt Red is trying to make some friends again.
Okay, yeah.
That's something that's interesting too, because Cyberpunk 2077, all good reviews now.
Oh, really?
It's been out long enough where they're mostly positive reviews now.
I'll have to go back and actually try that game.
And stuff, so it's swung the other way. People don't completely hate them anymore, so they've actually dug themselves out with all the updates.
Good.
But they're also going to release a Witcher 3 again with a bunch of updates that reference the TV series.
Oh, nice. That's clever. Okay, that's smart.
So I think it's pretty cool.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I liked The Witcher was a nice, simple show, but it was fun. I don't know.
It was great. Yeah,
it was just
loved it.
I like it.
Yeah, there's. I have to admit, TV's gotten better. And I've said this for years, and I will probably say it for the rest of them. The worst show on Netflix or Apple, maybe not Netflix, but Apple, the worst show on HBO or Showtime is infinitely better than the best show on Primetime. Infinitely better. It's just they understand a few basic premises, which are, one, pay the writers. You got to pay the writers or you don't have anything.
Yeah.
I don't care how famous your cast is. If you do not have a good story, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know? That reminds me. What the hell was the name of that? I saw a movie, and Mickles watched Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid not too long ago. And
like the original?
The original, yeah. And I ended up watching it because I realized I never watched it. And, pretty damn good movie. And then we saw on Netflix, I can't remember the name of this, saved my life, but it was had Idris Elba in it. Oh. It was basically like an all-black cowboy story. And the trailer is fantastic. And the movie is awful. It's terrible. Like, it's so bad I couldn't believe it. And we actually went back to watch the trailer, and we're like, no, that's a good trailer. Like, that's a really good trailer. The movie is unwatchable. So I highly endorse the trailer.
Yeah.
I would not bother at all with the movie.
No. That's awesome.
I couldn't believe how much they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that was the strongest trailer ever. And I don't even remember the name of it. And to be honest with you folks, it's not worth remembering. No. So, all right. You ready to do the awful part? I'm going to try to keep this brief, but...
What's the awful part?
The politics.
Oh, the politics, yes.
So, we're going to try to keep this brief. But Rittenhouse was acquitted because it's okay to kill black people in the middle of the country. Or it's okay to be out past curfew with automatic firearms when you're underage and just randomly shoot people. It's basically there's no justice in the world.
Yeah, there's memes right afterwards that showed, I wish my girlfriend loved me as much as that judge loved Rittenhouse.
Seriously, yeah. I mean, not for nothing. Seriously, ask yourself this. If Kyle Rittenhouse was black, where would he be right now? Hell, if he was a shade of brown, where would he be right now? Because I guarantee it wouldn't be walking the streets. And if you don't see that as wrong, there's a real problem. So I'm not pro-looting, rioting, that kind of thing, but not for nothing. When I read that Kenosha, Wisconsin has burned to the ground, I'm going to say serves you right. It's just a travesty and we should be appalled. But this day and age, that kind of takes a back seat because all over the headlines now is... there's a better than fair chance that Roe v. Wade is going to be reversed because fuck women and their rights.
which doesn't make sense because they took a poll and only 24%, we are the same one, 24% of people want it to overturn. So the majority of the people in the United States don't want this.
It drives me insane. First of all, when you meet your God that is pro-life, I mean, if you're pro-life, you take all these fucking kids. That's my answer. But, it's... If you meet your God, I got to think he's going to be pissed at you for being so high and mighty yourself. Who the fuck are you? But unless you plan on raising that kid, I don't really give a fuck what your opinion is on pro-life. Yeah. But here's the thing. If I haven't offended you yet, I got nothing to lose. I view abortion and prostitution in the same exact category, and here's why. You cannot make abortion illegal. You can make safe abortion illegal. Same thing with prostitution. Yeah. Unless you're going to eliminate all fucking coat hangers and stairs in the world and, hemlock or whatever it is they used back in the day. Believe me, they're going to find a way. Yeah. You're pretty much going to have to turn off gravity as well while you're at it. Yeah. All you can do is put lives at risk. And I promise you, and if you don't believe this, you're a fool. Ooh, telemarketer phone. Oh, you know what? We better pause it. I think I know what that is.
A few moments later.
We're back.
Yeah, I'm going to explain that to everybody. You probably noticed that we have these breaks. These random, all of a sudden breaks. Yeah, it's because the food I ordered finally arrived. So we're going to finish our show and then we'll eat. Yeah. But, it was talking about there's no outlawing this stuff. Yeah. It would be the first time that we went backwards. Believe it or not. The first time we took away rights. But, I mean, again, the part that kills me is if you're pro-life, great. Have all the babies you want. Yeah. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I'm pro-life. My God thinks it's a bad idea. Therefore, you should carry a child to term. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Who the fuck do you think you are?
The part that annoys me the most is the my body, my life rant they're having about taking the COVID vaccine.
Oh, my God. It kills me. Kills me.
What the hell? Yeah. So it's your body, your life when it's, something you want.
I have to admit, I have done a great job of weaning myself. Obviously, I still read the news, but honestly, if you're a Republican at this point, you should either be ashamed or actually, honestly, you should just change. I mean, the representatives of the GOP are deplorable human beings. And I mean, I'm not talking ones or twos. I'm not even talking the MTGs and Lauren Boeberts. I mean, not for nothing. If you do not know they are human pieces of shit, I don't know how to explain that to you. Like, it's self-evident. But I'm talking about the Ted Cruzes, the Kevin McCarthys, the Jim Jordans. Holy fuck. Yeah, if you're pro Jim Jordan, I'm just telling you right now, you're a douchebag. There's no two ways around it.
Yeah, they're voting some crazies into office now. They're just crazy people. They're just absolutely insane.
And they're angry, and, I honestly...
They're openly racist and everything.
Absolutely.
They catch them on video just, telling racist jokes about other senators that are Islamic.
Oh, yeah. The Boebert with her whole, she doesn't have a backpack, we should be fine.
Yeah.
Because, and here's one for you, America. You're going to love this. You know what the most popular religion in the world is? Because it sure as shit isn't Christianity. Let me tell you that. Not to mention, I would like to also dispel a myth. We are not a Christian nation. Yeah. Period. You can argue that all you want. We are not a Christian nation. In fact, we came here. I mean, not for nothing. I'm not a historian. But the reason we came here was because we were being persecuted.
Yeah.
And so what do, man? I always go back to this. I think I've talked about it on the show, but I think of MASH, Charles Winchester III. He said, my parents hated immigrants the minute they got off the boat.
Yeah, and that's pretty good, actually.
It's fucking great.
It's true, yeah.
You're all immigrants. I'm an immigrant.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you just open the borders and let them flood in. No, you need to have some logic and reason and some safety. But I don't see any benefit to becoming more and more xenophobic and just, you're different than me, therefore I have nothing to learn from you. And it's just continuing this crusade against intellect. I know ignorance is bliss, but seriously, folks, don't be so happy about it.
Well, I saw, because I spent a lot of time on Reddit, that somebody posted yesterday or today, they posted, there's another school shooting.
Yes, tragic, in Michigan.
Yeah, so they're like, well, you told us to fix it by voting. We voted. You're in office now. Now what? What's our next step?
Yeah.
So Democrats have most of the power now, and they're the president, so how come we're still having these shootings? They haven't done shit. So you told us to vote. We did, and now what?
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I don't know where you stand on gun control. The reason I'm not, well, I don't own a gun. You do.
I do.
I do not. I don't think you can put that genie back in the bottle. And the reason I say that is twofold. One is machinists. Even if you somehow picked up every gun in the country, people are just going to make a new one. The other one is just basics. I'm fairly confident, and I'm not that bright a dude, but I'm fairly confident. You give me a hammer, a nail, a bullet, and a hollow tube, I can make the shit work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that. But I think a lot of times people, so many times you hear these people that have the guns with the shootings, is like they never should have got the gun because of some mental illness in the family,
Absolutely.
or some background check that wasn't done, or parents who don't lock up their guns.
Absolutely. Yeah, why did this kid have a gun to begin with?
I don't know the backstory.
It's a tragedy, though. It's a tragedy through and through. And his parents were at school that day because there was something wrong with this kid to begin with. Now, not for nothing, though. Isn't this terrible? But I read this today, and I gave the school a little bit of props. Apparently, the kid the night before posted online that I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. See you tomorrow, Oxford High School. And I'm like, not for nothing. They taught him Oppenheimer. That's something.
Yeah.
Apparently, the school's not half bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's fucked up, and it's
Wow.
it's funny. It's not even Oppenheimer. It's actually Tibetan Book of the Dead, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus Christ.
But I don't know about you. I hear that line and I think atom bomb, because that's what Oppenheimer said when they did the first test.
Oh, the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's taken from the Tibetan Book of the Dead, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
Jesus. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's tragic. It is fucked up. But I don't know what the answer is there. I mean, you know what I think the best idea is? And I'm not kidding about this one either. China, man, you fucking jaywalk, it's capital offense. I mean, they don't fuck around. They're like, we don't know what to do here. We're going to kill you.
Yeah. Or North Korea when they smuggled the
the Squid Games?
Squid Games in, you go get the firing squad.
North Korea is tragic. Honestly, all of North Korea is tragic to me. They need to revolt, is what they need to do. But that said, where was I going with this? North Korea, China. What China does that I find interesting, or at least as I understand it. Again, I don't know shit about shit. If you're in China and you go and you commit a crime and they have to put you down because, again, that's kind of their go-to. Like, oh, he littered. When in doubt, let's kill somebody. Yeah. They charge your family for the bullet. And I think that would make a huge difference because nobody wants to be an imposition. Even crazies don't really want to be an imposition upon their family. Yeah. You know? But honestly, when it comes to gun control, the best idea I think I heard came from Chris Rock.
Yeah, what do you say?
He said, give guns away. Just charge $10,000 for a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not a bad point, because no matter how much they piss you off, you're going to be like, you're not worth $10K.
Yeah, I know. Jesus. You have to really think about it, you know?
But, yeah, in all seriousness, I don't know what the answer is.
No, maybe the answer is not to charge $10,000 for the bullet, but to charge the family $10,000 per each bullet their children shot.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but, I mean, I'll be honest. I'll be happy if we can make it through. Well, actually, I don't even want to say this. I think we're at the highest risk of the Union dissolving than we've ever been. The concept of a civil war, honestly, I find it kind of amusing. I doubt very much it'll be civil.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny.
But I think we're closer to it than we've been since the Civil War.
Yeah, because we're really two groups of people that really think completely different.
We kind of are. Not for nothing. Seriously, I'm not kidding when I say, like, if Marjorie Taylor Greene is your representative and you feel the way she does, I fucking do not want to be associated with you. Yeah. Like, you are scum of the earth. There's something wrong with you, in fact.
I don't think we need a civil war. Just let these states break off. I don't give a... I just won't go there anymore. Yeah,
and I love that too, by the way, because all these rural areas are like, oh, let's get rid of those big democratic cities. And I mean, so major areas of major population and areas of high education tend to gravitate towards liberal thinking. Yeah. So let's just paraphrase what I just said. So if you have a fucking head, you have a brain in your head, you tend to lean liberal.
This is true.
That speaks volumes to me. But, these people that are, in the middle of nowhere saying, I don't want to be near those big city slickers, you don't know how much money you're getting from us. You have no idea the revenue that is coming from these bigger cities. And you will when it's missing. And yes, you provide our food. But trust me when I say you can throw all the corn you want at me. Believe me, I'm going to get a lot more attention when I'm throwing 50s. I promise you. So it's one of those things that I really hope we're not so idiotic that we just implode upon ourselves, because we forget this is an experiment. This whole nation is an experiment. And that's a way of saying we can fuck it all up. And we're trying really hard to do it.
Hard, Ringo.
Actually, yeah, that's great too. And if you're a QAnon wingnut, man, holy shit, are you a moron?
Oh my God! Yeah, let's wait for JFK Jr. to pop up.
Well, that's fucking great.
It's like
One of them though fled the country because he was part of the January 6th protest.
Protests. Yeah, sure it was.
And he went to the Democratic bastion of Belarus. Yeah, Belarus. Yeah, I was joking about that Democratic bastion. So as I said, when we reenact Red Dawn, all you USA red-blooded Americans pro-Trump are not going to be the ones screaming, "Go Wolverines, comrade." So I just can't emphasize that enough, that you idiots are so afraid that, oh, this democracy is taking our nation in a way we don't want to go. So let's run headfirst into communism because we're too dumb to know what socialism is, and we're afraid of communism. But we're going to run right towards it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and this is why I didn't want to talk politics, because it's a bummer.
It is.
It's just a thorough disappointment. And if Roe v. Wade is overturned, I don't know what it means.
I don't know. I think Isaac Asimov predicted this.
Yeah, there you go. It's all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan.
So
we just need to shorten, the period of time when we're just be like, got nothing.
I think we can do better. I guess that's what it comes down to. I think we can all do better, myself included.
I just don't know how. I mean, like I said, we voted the Democrats in, and they're really, what have they done so far?
The Democrats were never the right answer. They were the lesser evil.
Yeah, that's true.
They're idiots too.
They seemed it.
Honestly, though, I'm not one to brook nonsense to begin with. I don't suffer fools lately. I've simply stopped participating. Like, if those are your ideologies, those are your beliefs, and at the end of the day, it's just ignorance and hate rolled into one, I'm just cutting you out of my life. And you know what? I've got that gift.
Yeah.
I can do that.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm really gifted at it. Like, I can be like, yep, never see you again. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I see that a lot where people say something really obnoxious on Facebook and say, if you don't like it, unfriend me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, done.
I don't care.
Done.
Yeah.
I unfriended Facebook. That was my solution.
Yeah.
I'm not participating. Actually, I do have it active just because of the show, though.
Yeah. I don't participate in Facebook.
Yeah, I mean,
And anybody who's in my little circle, they're not complete asshats.
I'm on my page just long enough to click our page. So, like, if you want to talk to me, at tootcast.net, because I don't check my Facebook at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my Meta.
Meta. Which I think they're being sued because there's already a Meta someplace else now.
Oh, so Meta's not the Meta.
Yeah, apparently, that wasn't that unique of a name.
Whatever.
Jesus.
So, any other politics? I'm hoping not, because it gets me riled.
Oh, yeah. You want me to mention that wheelchair?
Oh, yeah, you might as well. Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah, I read about that. I actually watched the video because I had to, and this cop, I forget where it was, but he was just like following this guy was shoplifting, and somebody said, hey, he was just an off-duty cop and doing security in Home Depot or something, and he's like, stop, and he pulled out a knife, but then start going really slowly to another store at
the
like
guy
2
with the
miles per hour.
wheelchair grabbed the knife and like, I will ram you.
Yeah, ram you
eventually.
in slow motion. And it was like, you watch the video, it was like,
I'm thinking, I got the Austin Powers steamroller scene in my head where the guy's like, oh, and it's like 40 feet away.
I'm gonna die.
Oh my God.
And this cop he unloads his gun, and he heard this female cop there just gasp when he did it. He unloaded on this guy. He said, well, stop. He didn't even wait. He said, stop, don't move another inch. He moved an inch, unloaded his gun on the guy. And if you watch the video, he shot 8 bullets, stopped, and shot an extra one in his skull.
That's great.
I'm like, what the hell?
Protect and serve.
Yeah, I know. And he just got fired. He's not in jail or anything.
Entirely should be incarcerated.
Yep.
Not to mention, actually, I would incarcerate him and tattoo pig on his forehead before I did it, just for emphasis.
Jeez.
Just enjoy your time. You don't belong in the society anymore. But seriously, what the fuck is wrong with
I
people?
don't know. And the guy, he's like, his lawyer saying he was too close to the guy to tase him. And everyone on Reddit's hilarious. Like, couldn't you have waited like 30 seconds because he was slowly moving away from you in the scooter?
That's. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response.
No, it was like the weirdest thing too because they showed the security camera and there was a warehouse worker in the line of fire.
Oh, that's great.
And they're like, and they had to jump because the cop was like unloading on this guy.
Yeah.
It's like there's innocent
Not for
bystanders
nothing.
too.
I mean, in defense of police, I'm not defund the police is asinine. You do okay. First of all, if you don't realize we have a problem in our country when it comes to police brutality and, frankly, racism, well, I don't know what to tell you. We do. We do need to change the way officers are wired. Most of us do not feel protected nor served when they show up, and yet that's their mission statement.
Yeah.
So something does need to change dramatically, but it's maddening to me. It really is.
Well, the one thing that was semi-positive, it was a sucky situation. Those 3 guys was in Georgia. They were convicted.
Yes, I
murdering
did
that
see
guy.
that Aubrey. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so that was good.
Oh, thank God.
yeah, I
Thank
know.
God. I wasn't even sure though. That's the thing though.
Yeah.
I read that and I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
it
coin
could go
flip.
either way.
It's fucking coin flip.
The thing too, their lives are they're going to appeal to. But that being said, this is just the one crime they're being charged with. They also have a federal crime. They have to go to jury again
Oh, okay, good.
for a hate crime.
Yeah.
So they're not done. So
Good.
they're already up facing life plus 35 years. Everyone, even the neighbor who just showed up and said, "Let's chase this guy down." Now they're going to deal with the hate crime and kidnapping. So it's like a federal crime on top of it.
Good.
So they're going to be like their lives pretty much are ruined. No matter what you look at it, they're just ruined.
Not for nothing. In this full dick mode, and I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to miss him as a society. I
Mm.
really don't.
Yeah.
And honestly, I see no point in ever letting him out.
Yeah.
It's just, seriously, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, there was no reason for what they did. It
Yeah.
reminds me of that scene in American History X, where not the scene where you did the whole thing on the curb stop.
Yeah, that fucking just fucked us all up forever.
But I remember the scene in the jury. It's like, it's one thing that he's robbing your house, but the fact that you chased him down the street.
Yeah.
You're going to prison the rest of your
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah.
The moment you left your property to chase this guy,
You
you're done.
weren't protecting yourself or your family or your merchandise anymore. You were merely going after to kill for the sake of killing. And I mean, again, I know we talked about it last time, but I don't believe in much. I really don't. But I got to think if there's a deity of any kind, you're going to win points for not killing anybody this go around.
Yeah. I would. I mean, yes, I own a gun, but I never want to use it on a person ever. I don't want to.
We still have to go target shooting sometime.
Yeah,
I think I'd be good at it for some reason.
It's video games. I'm telling you right now, Duck Hunt prepares you.
Yeah, see, I'm a fucking master.
Because I'm pretty good at it. I'm actually pretty good at it. Because it makes sense. With the pistol, rifle, I'm good with them both. But I never want to shoot somebody. But I'd only do it to save. I'm not even sure I would shoot somebody to save my life. Charlize's life, yes.
Absolutely, yeah, I hear you. Yep. Yeah, I'd be more prone to do it to save somebody else's life than my own.
Yeah, but
That's just because we have a suicide streak, let's face it.
yeah, I know. I'd run into a. Yeah.
You know what? That's a good segue because it'll get us off of politics
Yes.
anyway. So we came across, you came across, was it? Because I thought I'd come across it as well,
Yeah.
but we came across a list of songs. You came across like the perfect list of songs or something like that?
It was just a Reddit article where people said, "What is a perfectly written song?"
Okay.
Didn't say
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's perfectly written.
I guess that's perfect.
It's not bad.
Yeah. You look like a monkey and smell like one too.
There's
You
no
like
royalties. That's the only reason I went with it.
I know, because there used to be royalties, but they changed it, which is awesome because I hated the fact that movies and stuff weren't using Happy Birthday because
That's
they
so
weren't paying
dumb.
royalties.
That's so dumb.
But now they don't have to. Now you see Happy Birthday movies again in TV shows.
Just we're a mess.
I know.
But I came across this article and took umbrage with it, of course.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the one you were talking about, but it's not. But we're going to go through that. People are sharing the songs that never fail to break their heart, and shockingly, only one is by Adele.
Really? There's a couple, like the Photograph song. Actually, she's got a bunch of kind of heartbreaking.
Be honest, I don't know I know she can sing. I don't think I know any Adele songs.
Oh, you got to listen to some Adele, man. I'm an Adele fan. I love her.
So, yeah, she's talented. I
She
know
can
that.
sing the phone book, and you'll say this is the best
Yeah,
phone book I've ever heard.
I knew that. I knew that about her, that she's extremely talented. But we figured we'd go through this list and criticize it, because this list is fascinating because it includes
Yeah.
lyrics as well.
Oh, see,
So
I have not seen this list.
let's see how much of these we even know. I'm not certain they're in any particular order, but like "Remember Me" from Coco.
Oh, the movie Coco, which I heard was a good movie. Basically, this kid goes to. It's a Pixar movie, so
Anthony Gonzalez. I think I like him actually.
he goes to the Day of the Dead, so to visit. He's trying to find his father or something, or grandfather. I forget. I didn't never seen the movie, but which is weird because usually I watch Pixar movies.
I've never seen a Pixar movie. It drives people crazy.
Toy Story will break your heart.
I've seen parts of it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't want my heart broken. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good.
Yeah, but it's a toy. You don't expect a toy to break your heart.
I expect everybody to break.
But it's really not the toy that's breaking our heart. It's the fact that there's so many goodbyes in those Toy Story movies where the kid's growing up and moving on, and the toys are awesome.
It fucking crushes you when you leave the 100-acre wood, man. I hear you.
Pooh Bear.
Yeah, it's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So okay, well we're gonna skip over them, but
so we don't know.
remember me. Do we want the actual lyrics?
The heart wrenching.
Know that the heart wrenching lyric is "Know that I'm with you, the only way that I can be. Until you're in my arms again, remember me." I don't know the song, so I have no idea.
I don't know that song. I don't know this song either.
I know this band, but I don't know the song. "The Night We Met" by Lord Huron.
Yeah.
I had all, and then most of you, some, and now none of you. What song do I like by Lord Huron?
I don't know Lord Huron.
I can't think of it. It's just got a line
Is that a
where,
Big Bird?
"And the night flows right into the day." It's a great. He sings it really well. Rainbow Connection, Kermit the Frog. Well, I know that one. I mean, Jim Henson's your boy, so
Jim Henson,
I
yeah.
mean that song's pretty fucking miserable.
Yeah. Have you been half asleep and have you heard voices? I heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same.
Yeah, don't know what that means, but you're following the sirens. That usually doesn't end well. I don't know who Jimmy Davis or Charles Mitchell is, but "You Are My Sunshine." My money is on Johnny Cash.
Oh.
You hear Johnny Cash sing "You Are My Sunshine," and seriously, I hear the shotgun in the background. You are my sunshine. Pull.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
Johnny Cash.
The heart-wrenching lyric is, "But if you leave me to love another, you'd have shattered all of my dreams."
Oh, now we're getting into something I know.
Yep. Now this is miserable.
Yes. Well, I will follow you into the dark, Death Cab for Cutie. You can't listen. The first time I heard that song, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm just going to move it to the other side. Here's the void.
Like that one almost made me laugh because I was like, wow, that was so... Like if you go too depressing, there's actually... It circles around again and it'll just start making me laugh. And that was one of those songs where I'm like, holy shit.
That was so dark. I will follow you into the dark. That is just like, wow. That hurts.
Yeah, and honestly, you could pick almost any part of this song and be right. So I'm not terribly upset with what they picked.
Okay. And the soles of your shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now, but it's nothing to cry about because we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of rooms.
Yep.
Oh, that hurts.
Yep, dying's a bummer.
I'm sad. Oh, this is a depressing song.
100%. Okay, so Landslide, Fleetwood Mac, 100% belongs here.
Yeah, but
the heart-wrenching lyrics. Well, I've been afraid of changing because I've built my life around you. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, that part for sure, but I would actually include the next couple lines as well. Time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. And that's the kick right in the nuts there. In fact, that's the running start kick in the nuts because you are getting older too.
Yeah.
And if you're not over 18, once again, I must ask, seriously, where are your parents?
Where are your parents? Yeah.
So, yeah, great pick there.
Great pick, yeah. And I already know that you can't play this because every time I've heard anybody play Fleetwood Mac on the internet, it's
That's
copyright
amazing
struck.
to me. You got to give Fleetwood Mac super mad props. I always feel bad for Christine McVie, though. Not for nothing. I love Stevie Nicks. Really love Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Love me an 80s coked out Stevie Nicks. Christine McVie is 10 times more talented in my book. Yeah. But she's just got the back seat to Stevie,
I've always liked Fleetwood, but I don't know about Mac.
That's great.
Would We just never.
Weren't we just talking about her too? Right before the show, we were talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you said that she. You don't think you've heard any of her songs.
I don't know if I know a single Taylor Swift song, but I have to say, she's too young. But my God, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl.
She has a song that's like it takes place like in the '80s, so it's like a '80s song. Really.
Okay.
So I don't know. I listen to a couple of her songs.
That's fantastic. Oh, no, I'm not. I mean, not for nothing. She's hugely popular. What was the song by her, by the way? Because I don't know.
Ronan.
Ronan, yeah.
Don't know
nothing about it. Yeah. So, all right. We know Coldplay.
Coldplay, Fix You.
I wouldn't pick Fix You at all. I suppose I see why.
What about The Scientist? Would you?
100% pick The Scientist.
Yeah, The Scientist.
Yep.
Yeah, especially the music video. I mean, yeah, wow, that's more heart wrenching.
You don't know how lovely you are. That's such a great line.
So Fix You. And high above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go. But if you'll never try, you'll never know just what you're worth.
I don't know what it is, but like Coldplay, when Coldplay came out with Yellow, fucking blew my mind. It was so good. And then everybody else learned about Coldplay, and now it's like,
I still like Coldplay.
No, I mean, they're super talented. I don't listen to them because you went and fucked it all up for me. You know what I'd also pick by them? I'd pick Be There Soon? Something like, I think it's I'll Be There Soon is the name of the song. It was off one of their EPs, I want to say. But it's a great song. Pretty depressing, actually. So, yeah, I could see. Yeah, you could probably pick almost any Coldplay song, and you're not wrong when you're going for...
Fix You's a good song, too.
Yep.
I do like it.
So glad this made the list. Not kidding. We'll celebrate this song for all the time.
Yeah. Was there covers of this song? This is I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt.
Yep. And I don't know this to be true, but I read somewhere she did it in one. She walked in, laid that shit down, and walked out. And it's like, fuck. But this I took umbrage with because the heart-wrenching lyric is, morning will come and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I'll give up this fight. Yeah, okay, that's kind of, it's almost a crescendo in the song. I get that. But, I mean, not for nothing, the bridge is more heart-wrenching than that. I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll even run with it, here in the dark in these final hours, I'll lay out my heart and I'll feel the power, but you won't. That's fucking heart-wrenching. Yeah. The girl's clearly in love, and it's just a shitty thing to realize that, wow, they don't love me.
I know unrequited love.
It's fucking great. And, people have done covers of it, and shout out to Teddy Swims. Look up Teddy Swims. You want to talk Rick Astley shit going on. Dude has the voice of an angel. Looks, I can't even describe what he looks like.
Kind of like Garcia.
He's a big rotund, like Tupac, like a white Tupac. That's my best guess. Yeah. The voice of an angel, though. Seriously, Teddy Swims, mad shout out because guy just does a lot of covers and. Yeah, I'm telling you, look him up. His voice is amazing. This blew my mind.
So I had no idea this was a sad song. Puff the Magic Dragon by Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah, Puff. I mean, I remember growing up and watching Puff, and I mean, in hindsight, you didn't even try to be subtle.
Yeah, it's like this
it was
this
originally
high.
Puff the Magic Doobie, but they tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah. It's like I just remember the cartoon, so I don't know if I've ever heard the Peter, Paul, and Mary version.
I don't know if they're one and the same. Yeah,
maybe they are.
I don't know. Yeah. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave.
Okay.
Not for nothing, dude. This is what we grew up with. Like Rankin Bass fucking us up every Christmas, and then this kind of shit in between.
I know. God. The Island of Misfit Toys.
Oh my God! It fucking breaks my heart to this day. Yeah.
I know.
I'll take a Charlie in the Box.
Oh. I did not know this is a sad song.
The worst part is I can't think of the song, but I think I know it. Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol.
We Can Just Lie Here. We can just lie here. And just something for a while. I forget the lyrics, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I know it. I just can't think of it.
Yeah. I don't know if that's heart wrenching.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Watch the world for a while. I forget what it is, but yeah, I don't know. Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, this they fucked up though.
Yeah.
So Fast Cars, Tracy Chapman.
This was on the list of perfect songs too. So
Kind of is.
Yeah,
it really is so good.
I know.
The heart-wrenching lyric, though, you got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We got to make a decision, leave tonight or live and die this way. Yeah, okay. That's pretty. It sucks to be poor, folks. In case you ever had any down, I can tell you firsthand, it sucks to be poor. But that's not at all what is heart-wrenching about this song. I got to actually go through in my head because that's how my little brain works. But remember when we were driving in your car? This is not the sad part. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. Okay, city lights spread out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone. That's the fucking heart-wrenching part. Because by her making that proclamation, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Like, past tense, I had the feeling I could be someone.
Yeah.
As in, she's not someone now. And the ability to be someone has forever escaped her. That's what's fucking heart-wrenching.
I'm gonna give verklempt even to think about the song because it's such well sung.
That whole album's great. I love the first song off it, talking about a revolution. Such good stuff. Tracy Chapman, mad props.
I like that. I can listen to that song at least once a month. I haven't listened to a lot of Bon Iver.
It's
Skinny
Bon Iver.
Love. Bon Iver. Bon Iver.
Skinny Love, I know. I'm not crazy about it. Blood Bank would be my pick for Bon Iver, but my thing with him, and Mick loves him, but I swear all his songs sound exactly the same to me.
Yeah, I've never been a fan.
So yeah, it's not my thing.
Okay. 100 Years, Five Are Fighting.
Oh, that's actually not bad. I'll give him props for that. I was going to say I don't know what that is, but I do know what that is. You got 100 years to live. You know what the fuck are you going to do? Yeah.
I do know trivia. The name of the band Five Are Fighting is named after the sport hockey because that's you get 5 minutes for fighting.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
that's a penalty.
I wouldn't have known that.
So I'm going to assume that they might be Canadian. If that's
yeah, I put money on that.
Like hockey. But
yeah. I'd bet on that.
It's a hockey term. But
yeah, I don't know if any particularly like those lyrics or whatever, but yeah, I mean the fact that you're being confronted with the fact that we're all mortal is a bummer.
And I think there's a lyric something like 100 years is all we have in this world or something like that. Yeah,
I love that this was on the list, by the way.
Oh, see here, this is a song I've not heard. I've heard in the past year for the first time.
I don't know if I've ever even heard it.
I've heard it, and remember I was telling you a while back, this is Vincent by Don McLean.
Yep.
And I'm like, he has another song.
Yeah, he has a couple. He has Winterwood, too, which I think I have heard, but
I believe this is about Vincent van Gogh, or Van Gogh.
Hence the Starry Night. That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's well sang. It actually takes you in and tells you a story, and it's sad because Vincent van Gogh had a sucky life.
Well, a long, long time ago. Yeah. I can still remember.
That's his other song, which is a great song. And it's hard because that is like the perfect song, but this is worth, if you haven't listened to it, listen to Vincent.
I'll listen to Vincent. And yeah, American Pie is, yeah.
It's better than this song, but this song, I would call that one a perfect song. This one, I would say, this is, if you like went to a Don McLean concert, you would end with, American Pie. But if you put this like in the middle of it, you'd be holding your audience a little bit longer,
Yeah, I do encore American Pie.
Yeah.
That's the way I do it. Just end without American Pie, and we'd all be like, what the fuck, Don? And then you'd be like, just kidding, I came back.
Yeah, it's an encore song. I would love him to do Weird Al Yankovic's version. But
it's great.
But yeah, that's great song, though. I did like it. So I heard in the past year, and I was like watching a live version of it, a live version from the 60s. And I'm like, oh, that's a good song. So I was like taken aback and like, that's okay.
Good on him,
so
man.
he has another song.
Yeah, he does. He didn't buy that S for his greatest hits.
Yeah, I know. So the heart-wrenching lyric they say in this one is, you took your life as lovers often do, but I could have told you, Vincent, the world was never meant for one as beautiful as you.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've heard this song many times.
Yeah, actually, I got to admit, I like The Fray, and I only know 2 songs by him. The one that on this list, How to Save a Life, and the other one's, it's like in a cable car over a ridge or something. It's got a weird title, but it's the Everyone Knows You're In Over Your Head. I love that song because I'm like, who the fuck are they? It makes me, I work out to that song.
Yeah.
Because it's who the fuck are they? I'll
Yeah.
show them over my head. It makes me angry. This song fucked with me though because I'm a lyrics guy, and the subtlety, and it's exactly what they called out. And I would have stayed up with you all night. Actually, even before that, it's he lost a friend somewhere out there in the bitterness, I believe is the line. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
And he would have stayed up with you all night. And this is what fucked with me. I didn't realize. He says, "Had I known how to save a life." The past tense there is what makes that so palpable.
Yeah, sounds like he didn't make it.
Yeah, he lost a friend there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's it's a good song. Honestly, though, I'd put you know what I like actually? It's super cheese too. "Jumper" by Third Eye Blind.
Oh.
The "I Wish You'd Step Out from That Ledge, My Friend." You know the song I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's
actually,
a good song.
I heard it in a movie for the first time.
Of course you did.
Yes Man, by with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you speak.
And that's
yeah.
what he's saying to get him coming from the ledge.
Oh, okay, that's great.
He learned that song.
That's awesome. That's
It's
a
a
great
joke.
song.
That's not
though.
the first time I've heard this song. I just love saying that. That's the only time I heard certain music
Yeah,
songs.
heard certain music.
But I always remember where if I liked a song, I know what movie it came from.
Yep.
Like that was in Yes Man.
That's pretty funny. So yeah, I would give it to the Fray. Yeah. Again, I only know the two songs, but I'm quite fond of those two songs.
Yeah. Hey, it's Three Doors Down. Here Without You.
I don't think I like Three Doors Down, to be honest with you.
They're kind of whiny.
Yeah, I'm not certain I know. Do you know this one?
Yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
I might know it if I heard it, but
Yeah.
I'm reading the lyrics, even if it does anything for me, and it's like, no, keep going Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
Play it to
sorry.
them. I don't give a shit.
Oh, no, I don't even want to talk about this song.
Oh, you don't?
No, because it's depressing as hell.
Which part? The fact that he's anti-vax? We're talking Clapton, Tears in Heaven.
Yeah, yeah. No, because of why he wrote it,
No, I know why he wrote it. His kid fell out the window because, gravity.
Gravity.
But,
that just happened with somebody else recently, too.
yeah,
Another-
gravity's strong this
Yeah,
time.
gravity, yeah.
Yeah, Clapton, I mean, that is, I give him, first of all, you got to give Clapton mad props because he's Clapton.
Yeah, but is that the lyric that tugs your heartstrings?
I'll find my way through night and day because I know I just can't stay here in heaven.
Yeah.
I would just say the beginning, though, "Would You Know My Name?"
Would you know my name if you
Like,
saw
that's,
me?
that's like, that's fucked up.
I know, because...
Like, how does that even work? Is he still an infant in heaven? How's it work?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But Clapton's super anti-vax
Oh.
and super out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, that's why we can't listen to celebrities when they say stuff.
Not for nothing. I don't know why we do anyway. I hate local news when they or like something happens and they're like, and we talked to this guy on the street. I don't give a fuck what that guy on the street thinks.
Yeah, I know.
Give me an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah. But somebody posted online. I laughed out loud at this too. They said, "I want to hear Clapton's medical advice about as much as I want to hear Dr. Fauci play guitar." I think that's great.
Remind me later. I'll show you a news clip of Gaetano when they interviewed him. We had a winter storm like 10 years ago, and they interviewed him because he was shoveling downtown Albany. They stopped him. It was kind of cute, actually.
The best interview I've ever seen of a local person was, I don't even know what the event was, but they were, I think it was Halloween or something, and they'd ask some little boy something, and the little boy grabbed the mic and says, "I like turtles." And that was it. Had nothing to do with the story.
See, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And I can get behind that.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
turtles,
Yeah,
tortugas, yeah.
Yeah, Tortuga.
I'm down.
Now I'm thinking of Breaking Bad. Because his
The head
was
on the Tortuga, yeah.
Tortuga. I gotta watch Breaking Bad again. I think I can rewatch that show. I don't know. Is it the Chicks now? Oh, okay, so they're not the Dixie Chicks anymore.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't even know who the chicks are. Why can't they
Yeah.
be Dixie?
They said something like years ago and kind of like, I don't know.
Let me
it
guess.
got bad.
I'm going to go on a limb.
Yeah.
Was it racist?
There's a good chance it was racist. And it kind of like, I think it really got him in hot water.
I have to say, like, Paula Deen getting canceled because the Southern woman who cooks a great deal is racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
We're shocked. We're shocked, said nobody.
Like, what's the news? Like,
I know.
What are you canceling this woman
Yes.
for?
Yeah, her family had plantations.
Of course she's racist.
Yes.
I'm not
she
saying I
is.
condone it. I'm just saying, how did that surprise you?
Yeah, it's like, of course she is. So yeah, I've never been a Dixie Chicks fan, or I guess they're called the Chicks now.
I'll be honest. I don't know so much I've ever heard a Dixie Chick song, and nor do I want to though, because I'll retain the lyrics and then like tequila will make my clothes fall off or something stupid like that, or I'll drink a red solo cup.
Oh yeah, this is I don't know. This always reminded me of childhood a little bit. But yeah,
Purple
without the
Rain?
music.
Why don't you go When the Doves Cry? That's what I would do.
When the Doves Cry, yeah. But Purple Rain, I don't know. I guess the movie was depressing, but yeah,
I mean, I don't care who
Doves
says
Cry,
what.
yeah.
Prince was uber
God.
uber talented.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, if you, and just a shout out, if you ever want to watch Prince at his finest, you could just look up his Super Bowl routine, the Super Bowl show that he did, where he sang "Purple Rain" in the rain.
oh, nice.
It was like poetic, like crazy, and he loved it because he's like, when it started pouring rain, it was pouring rain, and the guy like better than any modern show. He's like,
Isn't that literally dangerous with an electric guitar?
I think everything is wireless and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so I don't think there was a chance of anybody being electrocuted. But he was just like, it was a flawless show, and it sounded great, and you just watch him just perform, like get into it, and it was like something about it wasn't rain at all. He was doing all these other songs, and then all of a sudden Purple Rain started, and it started pouring rain. It was like God said, not that that's another story if I believe in God or not.
Yeah.
But if there was a God, he's like, oh, we're gonna give this guy some rain.
I would just put on my Raspberry Beret, but
Yeah, Raspberry
aside from
Beret.
that, do you believe in God?
I believe in something.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I like a pantheon.
Yeah.
Lots of gods.
Yeah.
If you're into monotheism, what if your God says no? You were fucked and without recourse.
Yeah.
So get lots of gods. Is my advice.
Yeah. So their lyric they say is heart-wrenching. Is you say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it and let me guide you to the purple rain. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand.
I'm crushed.
Why that's crushing lyrics. Great song though.
All I can think is maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied.
Yeah. Too cold. It says too bold and too cold.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just like my father, too old.
Yeah. What's the song that goes, "Dearly beloved, we're gathered here tonight"? He actually starts the song by talking.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I might know it if I heard it, but my memory's shit. Always has been. Just turns out most people's memory's even shittier.
Let's go crazy.
Oh, yeah,
It starts with, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life." He just talks and then he starts singing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
uber talented. Definitely.
I do like Prince. And you know what? I didn't discover Prince because I wasn't very into music when I was younger. But then when I saw the movie, the Michael Keaton Batman, and he did then Prince did the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
So all the music in there
Was Prince,
Was
okay.
Prince. That there was two different soundtracks. There's one with what was that guy? I forget the guy who did the music for it. But anyways, when I heard the music, and I'm like, I kind of like this guy. So that's when I started grabbing some old Prince albums and started listening to it. I'm like, oh, I kind of like this Corvette stuff and Beret
I was
stuff.
gonna say, see, I grew up with that, and you should have too. But
I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, not that my mom was getting mad, but she was all in the like Neil Diamond. I mentioned somebody besides Steppenwolf this time, but she listened to all that stuff. So in my house, I had to discover anything that was kind of like 80s, music on my own. Because my mom was mostly like 70s and, that era.
Bum, bum, bum.
What?
Neil Diamond, right?
Oh, Neil Diamond?
Yeah, Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. Sweet Caroline. So good. So good. Sorry. I do like Neil Diamond, actually.
Fucking. If you don't like Neil Diamond, I mean.
Oh, God.
You're not coming to America.
Yeah, you're not coming to America today.
More of a James Brown. Live in America.
Sure. I said something to my wife the other day. I'm like, you do know that I'm a Believer was written by Neil Diamond, but was first released by the Monkees.
Mm-hmm.
But Neil Diamond wrote it. But then Neil Diamond put an album later on where he released his version of "I'm a Believer."
Yeah.
And Shirley goes, "What a dick thing to do." He sold it to the Monkees, and he goes and does his own version anyway.
Well, the Monkees were like a super band in the not so super aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, there were. I don't know. They had a couple of songs I like. "Last Train to Clarksville," but
Really, I could do without that. I mean, I'm a believer. You can't take that away. I mean,
but that's Neil Diamond.
Well, yeah. I mean, and maybe on the list here, but like Prince's finest work is not a song he sang. It's a song Sinead O'Connor sang.
Oh yeah, Nothing Compares to You. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's normal though. I mean,
then I saw her face. What?
There's exactly. There's a song by the band Atlantic City. It's written by Springsteen, and it's fucking phenomenal. And I wish I loved the boss. I just don't.
There's some songs I like by the boss.
He's talented.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I like any of them.
I think he has like a Youngstown song. He actually does have very deep lyrics.
His lyrics are great. He's quite the lyricist. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But people were comparing him to Dylan at one point. I'm like, who the fuck do you think? But no, I get where the comparison comes from because he is a very talented writer. It's just he's not my jam.
Yeah, he's if he did like an unplugged section where he didn't have the rest of his backing band, I might like him more.
On vacation, shout out to Bobo Barrel, my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
We were doing music trivia, and this was a while ago. And I can't even believe she thought she might get me with this one, but she's like, name a song by the Wallflowers. And I'm like, One Headlight, piece of cake. And she's like, well, you know, the lead singer, who's his dad? And I said, Robert Zimmerman.
that's I like that, because that is true. See, I bet you I didn't know who Robert Zimmerman is before I met you, because I don't think I was really into Dylan at all until I started talking to you.
I'll be frank, I don't listen to enough Dylan.
Yeah.
He's that good. He is just amazing.
But I have been listening to a little bit more Dylan than I have, you've introduced me to the Dylan.
Yeah, it was funny too because when I said that, she was like, there was a split second where she's gonna be like, son of a bitch, she knows more than I do.
Yeah, you've done that to me, and I hate you for it. But I do know the Zimmerman.
Yep. This is another song where I know the name Sarah I can't say it, Bareilles. I've heard that name. I can't think of what she sings.
She sings Gravity.
Yeah, apparently she does. I don't think that's a song I know by her either. But I never wanted anything so much than to drown in your love and not feel your reign, as in art, your reign as in dynasty.
Yeah. I got that wrong in a spelling bee when I was a kid.
Here's a fun one for you. Mickles will do almost anything within her power to make sure I never hear Love Reign Over Me by The Who.
Aw, I love that song.
Absolutely, and I know why. I will sing it for days. Just rain on me now.
For days. Oh, God. That's such a good song.
The Who's so fucking good.
They are good.
I love The Who. But yeah, she will when we used to do an annual barbecue, pre-pandemic, and we play classic rock because we're fucking awesome. And she will skip that song when it comes on. Aww. Like she will get everybody in the audience or like in the group to skip that song and not tell me about it because she knows what will happen.
Yeah. If she played Squeeze Box, that could make up for it a little bit.
She hates Squeeze Box too.
That's a fun song.
I'm like, but the music's all right.
Yeah, it is. She could play it all night.
I don't get it. I'm like, how do you hate Squeeze Box?
Was it Mom's Got a Squeeze Back, or is it Mom's Got a Squeeze Back? Daddy
Mom's
doesn't
got
get
a squeeze back. Daddy never sleeps at night.
That's awesome. The
innuendo.
innuendo.
In and out. I mean, they're not even subtle in their innuendo. It's so good.
Innuendo.
Innuendo. Yes, it's great.
Oh, that's a fun song.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, I love that song.
Music's all right.
Yeah,
love The Who.
Hey, this one I saw in a movie.
There you go. When She Loved Me by Sarah McLachlan. Sarah McLachlan is forever fucked in my mind because of that whole... I'm not kidding about this, man. You remember? You might. There were these commercials growing up of a dog chained outside in the freezing cold that is burned into my psyche for all of fucking time.
What was the song they put on that?
I don't even want to know, but I know Sarah McLachlan does the whole animal thing. And for the record, folks, I do, in fact, donate to animal rescues and such as that. I cannot see it.
Yeah.
I cannot see it at all. And I understand that I'm broken in that regard, where I can read the news of 10,000 people died. Yeah, they fucking deserved it. Yeah. That puppy did not deserve to be out on the chain.
Yeah, I give the ASPCA every year, specifically so I don't see any pictures.
Yeah, do not send me anything. I literally can't. I don't have the heart for it. It hurts too much.
No. But Toy Story 2, I remember the scene. This is When She Loved Me, is when they had the female cowboy. And basically, it was neglected. Woodette? Yeah, I forget her name. Mm-hmm. Annie. That wasn't Annie Oakley or something like that. Okay. But anyways, she was neglected and forgotten and threw her in the bottom of a toy box.
That's a bummer.
So then they sing the song, When She Loved Me.
Oh, you know what? Actually, here's one for you. We may have talked about this on the show, but I can pretty much, in fact, I'm going to ask now, can you come bail me out? There's better than fair odds. We're going to be alive long enough for robots to become a thing. What we call robots.
Yeah. Oh, I saw one today that freaked me out.
And one day I'm going to be passing somebody that is abusing their robot.
Oh.
And I'm going to beat their asses.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to jail because you're allowed to beat a robot.
Yeah.
They're not human. But I say thank you to Alexa. I'm going to beat their asses.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to jail for it. And
Yeah.
when they let me out and I see the next dude doing it, I'm going to beat his ass too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, there's a video game called Detroit Becoming Human, which
I know what
would
you
make a
speak.
great show. But there's a scene where a robot gets beat up, and you have a choice of what to do in the game, and it can change the whole outcome.
Yeah.
I kill the guy.
Absolutely. I'd fucking slaughter him.
I just kill the guy. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you're not doing that.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
So
I
yeah,
worry
definitely.
about things like that. Like if somebody
Yeah.
came to take my cats, when I say I'm going Kaiser Sose on you, I mean I'm killing your family. I'm killing the people that loaned you money. I'm burning the town you were born in to
Yeah.
the fucking ground. I'm going to make it clear that I am unhappy.
Jeez. That's awesome. Well, so these are good lyrics. So the years went by. I stayed the same, but she began to drift away. I was left alone. Still, I waited for the day when she said, I will always love you.
Aw. Yeah, that's miserable.
It has a happy ending, though. She ends up
Happy,
going to another
happy ending?
happy ending.
Oh,
Yeah.
not that kind
She
of.
ends up now a little girl. Hey, we just talked about the song.
Yep, Science, Coldplay. What did they pick for the lyrics? So, Scientist, Coldplay, great song. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. Yeah, see, I wouldn't go with her either for the most heart wrenching.
Yeah.
Um,
And the whole song's heart wrenching.
I would say come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. That fucking crushes me.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I just love I think that applies to all of us. You don't know how lovely you are. I mean that too. Yeah. Yeah, actually, we gotta hurry. Yeah, you're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
pass out.
We're almost done.
Oh,
Oh, I love this song. And I do like the
for
Gary Jules version.
I was gonna
That's the
say, would
depressing
you?
version.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be. But would you have known Gary Jules? I know it's looking at it, and if you said Mad World, I'd say
Yeah,
I like the non-Tears for Fears version.
yeah, exactly. I'm not good with names. So Mad World by Gary Jules, but I would say Mad World by the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said
But you
that.
knew it was a Tears for Fears song.
Yeah, Tears for Fears. And the original version is not bad. It just...
Not even kidding when I say
Yeah.
this. Tremendous props to Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
Mad props because
Yeah.
you got that lead singer and then the other dude.
And the other dude. I heard mullets are making a comeback.
I know
That's something
nobody's
else.
name. We actually were playing this. I was talking to a coworker and he's like talking about we were talking music and he's talking about all the people that are in a band. I'm like, dude, I love music. I don't know all the people in any band. I'm like I'm a huge Deadhead. There's like fucking 30 of them. Who the hell knows who those people are? And he's like, oh, yes, you do. And he's like, Nirvana. I'm like, yeah, you got Kurt Cobain, you got Dave Grohl, and then you got the tall dude that became a politician. No idea. And he literally was naming off bands, and I could name the singer and the guitarist. He's like, Aerosmith. I'm like, yep, you got Steven Tyler, you got Keith Perry there, Steve Perry.
Steve Perry.
I don't have no idea, nor do I care. That's the funny thing. I just don't care.
It was like Oglish or the Nirvana guy. He has a weird name.
Yeah, no idea.
That's why you don't remember it. It's a weird name.
But I don't. I think it literally. I said I know all the Beatles.
Yeah.
That's it.
Were they in the Bible? No, that's somebody else.
Great. They should have been. They should have been.
They should have been.
That's how good they are.
That's good lyrics. I mean, that is they. I think they were right.
Yeah,
on the lyrics.
they hit that. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
that song's so potent. If you don't know Mad World, it's pretty much again you hear the shotgun in the background.
Yeah.
I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
Yeah, and I understand that feeling. It's just because you're like, you let go. It's like, oh, okay, I accept it.
Yeah, the whole thing is just miserable. I mean,
Yeah.
super potent lyrics though.
Yeah. Adele.
Someone like you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's
I'm
the
telling
Adele
you.
version.
Yeah, you gotta listen. I think Photograph, but she does a lot of songs that pulls at your heartstrings.
Oh, the girl can sing. That's all I know about her. She's definitely talented.
Yeah, I think she's great.
I was doing No One Like You, by the way.
No one like you. That's awesome. Someday you should check out. There was a show that Adele was on where they did a bunch of Adele like impersonators.
Okay.
So and they dressed Adele up with like prosthetics, and they're all singing like Adele songs. And then she gets up and they start singing. All of a sudden you see, go, wait a minute,
Wow.
she's a little better than us.
Yeah. Yeah, the girl's gifted.
Gonna freak people out because she was just on Saturday Night Live, and just in the middle of a skit, she'll start singing, and she's like, she just at will, just perfect.
Oh yeah.
Just perfect. I love it.
You know what perfect pitch is, by the way?
I think perfect.
Yanni has it.
Yeah, I was watching this. There's a guy I watch who plays like keyboard, and he can, because he has perfect pitch. He can never hear a song before, and he can listen to it on YouTube for like 10 seconds, and it goes, I can play that song.
Yeah,
and he freaks people. And I love the show because he's like, I don't know the song, but let me listen to it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect pitch means you hear a note and you know what note it is.
Yeah, it's just
like,
freaky.
There's a very small percentage of us on this planet that can do that.
Yeah, it's not a learned thing. You can't learn the perfect pitch.
Yeah, I don't think you can, but Yanni has that. Isn't that impressive?
That is impressive. I definitely do not perfect pitch.
I'm like tone deaf.
Yeah, it's like it's a D flat.
For the record, folks, actually, I can't sing to save my life, and I'm not even talking like Dylan. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah,
that should never prevent you from singing.
I sing all the time.
My life's a fucking musical.
Yeah.
I also can't dance to save my life, and I repeat, that should not prevent you from doing so.
But can you walk?
I can kind of walk.
That's a Phil Collins. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I wouldn't have gotten there on the Phil Collins one. Buster.
Buster. I've never seen that.
Nor have I.
But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say I sing really well to drunk people because they think I can sing. It's awesome.
I heard a couple things. I heard that Foreigner was in the Macy's parade. I didn't watch it this year.
Oh.
And they did Want to Know What Love Is. And, the article was written because that's kind of fascinating, like, not for nothing, like 35 years later.
Yeah.
And one dude commented how his kids didn't know who Foreigner was. He's failed as a parent. And I'm like, I'm not so certain that's true. Oh. But I was at an all-inclusive. I probably talked about this because I'm not kidding. Yeah. It was a dude in karaoke. We were coming back from dinner. It was seriously like 6. It wasn't even dark yet. This dude was so hammered. Like, I didn't even see him. He was so hammered he could barely stand. But, my God, he put every ounce of his being into his cover of I Want to Know What Love Is.
Yeah, that's a handful of songs no one should attempt.
It was so bad that he crossed the threshold. I will forever fondly think of this guy just belting out, I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me.
Just couldn't even speak. But boy, he meant it.
Yeah. He felt it. Yeah, it was like, that should have been on this list.
Yeah, that drunk dude at some all-inclusive. Yeah, he was good.
Those are good lyrics, though. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said, sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Yeah, okay.
Which is definitely, it's got some good songs. I don't know Jason Mraz.
I think I do know. I think I do know a song by him, but yeah. So, okay. I'm troubled because, like, I think of what's the saddest song you know? Saddest song you know. I can name it off the top of my head.
Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
I'm very much impressed, actually. You said Leonard Cohen there.
And I'm
fucking
torn.
Breaks my heart. No, it breaks my heart, too. I love Leonard Cohen, but Jeff Buckley's the best. Yes, we all know it.
But Leonard Cohen's version is worth listening to as well.
Leonard
Definitely
Cohen's
worth listening.
Fucking amazing. I listen to more and more of his early stuff.
Yeah.
Sisters of Mercy is great. But anyway.
But yeah, there's parts of the song that just, it will make me cry in the middle of the song every single time.
Yeah, I could see that, though. That's good. Harry Chapman Carpenter, Cats and Cradles.
Oh.
Boom. Dropping the mic.
Yeah.
That's the saddest song that ever was.
Cat Stevens didn't
just,
sing that?
That's good, though. Actually, not for nothing. Father and Son is like a kick in the
Oh,
nuts.
yeah, that's a great song. The thing is,
it is a great song.
Yeah. I don't have that relationship with my old man, so it doesn't hit me really hard, the Cats in the Cradle.
I love the line, Cats and Cradle is just, it's the mortality of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and not to mention, it's I've grown up just like him, because not for nothing, anybody out there.
My boy's just like me, yeah.
You're more like your parents than you want to admit to yourself.
No.
And I say that with absolute certainty.
No!
Exactly.
I will fight.
And I feel the same way about it.
I will break this.
But yeah, it's just tough through and through. So that'll always be my pick for the saddest song ever, because you just need to face your mortality, and it's a shitty deal.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it.
True.
So, anyway, I don't know why we ended up on that, but I knew it would be fun fodder, and I not for nothing, dude. I had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
So, well, I think we're going to land our plane, but this is going to be the last show of this season. So I wanted to make sure we talked about Christmas, and earlier I'd written this down.
Yeah.
Life is hectic. Pandemics are not much fun. I'm giving them a bad Yelp review for sure. It's just not good.
Yep.
So, and I've done this in the past where you're so in the mix. You got so much to do for the holiday, and you're like looking at all the gifts you need to wrap, and you're thinking, God, what a pain in the dick. I don't feel like doing this. Yeah. And I actually have to stop and reset myself. It's a joyous event. It's a holiday of fun. And, to quote whatever song it was, the Christmas you get, you deserve. It's
that was an episode.
Yeah. It's you need to make it special or it won't be.
Yeah.
Have you seen No Country for Old Men?
I have not, but I have seen snippets because it's obviously a Coen brother movie and
the
there's
gas
some genius
station
moments.
scene. The gas
I've
station
seen that one
scene
played
is
out.
why it's so.
He flips that coin.
The coin that whole dialogue is what makes that movie worth the price of admission because basically, spoiler, he flips the coin to decide if he's going to kill the old man or not. It lands in such a way that he's not, and he gives the old man the coin. And he says something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing, been a while.
Yeah, I think I remember.
But don't put it in your pocket because then it becomes just like any other coin, which it is. Yeah. But it also is your life.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because it's the same concept here. If you treat it like any other day, well, it is any other day. It's a Saturday. It's on the 25th this year. Yeah. But it should be so much more than that. And here's the irony, folks. I had to throw out my nativity set last year because it was nasty, so I got to buy a new one.
Yeah.
I'm not Christian. Not even kind of Christian. Not even a little Christian. Why the fuck would I have a nativity set? And yet, they bring me solace. I enjoy them.
Yeah. I
don't believe it.
Well, it's possible that that man existed, and
I think Jesus existed.
That, I don't know if three, I think it's a little creepy if three men showed up to give gifts.
I told you that one, right?
Yeah.
I have the meme where Jesus is saying, my mother was a virgin. And the apostles like, yeah, that's why three random dudes showed up bearing gifts.
Yeah, I know. I think it was the first version of Mamma Mia. I don't know if you know the story of Mamma Mia.
I've never seen Mamma Mia.
Oh, Mamma Mia is like, there's three guys that shows up because she invited three guys to his island in Greece or something because she's trying to figure out which one's her dad.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And her mom slept with them all.
You know what always cracks me up is Little Drummer Boy. I'm not exceptionally fond of that song, but if you're going to do it, you're going Bing and David Bowie.
Oh, God, I love that version.
All I can ever think is Mary. I just got this fucking kid to sleep. If you wake him with that goddamn drum, when I say you're going to feel the wrath of God, I mean it.
Jesus.
Exactly.
The wrath of God.
Yeah.
I do like the
Bowie. Just got that kid to sleep. God, yeah. So, again, it is not a Christian holiday. I mean, it is a Christian holiday, but that's merely scratching the surface. It is, not for nothing, and I'm sure some Christians are losing their fucking mind. If you're losing your mind right now, Christians, or if you're the ilk of, let's put the Christ back in Christmas. If you don't believe in Christ, why are you celebrating? You know what? Answer me this. Why the fuck do you have a tree? Is it the Christ tree? Are we going to make crosses later? Is that what we're doing? No, I don't think so.
No, it's a pagan. Yeah.
It's a pagan. It's Yule and things of that nature.
There's the pagans that did Yule log and all that stuff. Yes, they just co-opted it.
Exactly. Christianity
is genius.
Good business model. Yeah, can't beat them. You incorporate them.
Yeah, it's like, it's ours now.
But, now it's come full circle, though, and it's everybody's again. So Christmas is so much more than Christianity. And I firmly believe you should celebrate the hell out of it. If nothing else, it's a time where even I will be less of a douchebag. And I think we all know that's no small feat.
Well, that's why I like listening to the old classics with the Bing Crosby and the Dean Martins, all those singing all the... Because you can tell...
Nat King Cole, man.
Nat King Cole. You can tell that even then they're like, okay, here's the one time a year to remind people, just be a little nicer. Just don't get road rage or I hate the movies with the fighting over a toy or something like that.
God.
Those are so stupid.
I see videos of that, people fighting over
Like,
merchandise.
who cares?
And I mean, what is wrong with you people?
My parents never would have fought for a toy. They're like, yeah, you're not getting that this
Yeah,
year.
they'd be like, fuck that kid.
Yeah, I know. Who cares? But
My parents would have like, what do you mean we have kids?
yeah, that's true. You had a little worse than I did. At least I had some Christmases. But
No, we had Christmases.
yeah, but no, I think it's a good time. I personally, I could care less if I get a gift for Christmas.
Absolutely.
When I was a kid, I cared, but when I,
as
as
a
an adult,
kid, yeah.
but as an adult, I'm like, I could care less if I get a gift. You know, really, I could care less. In fact, I only give people gift ideas
Couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less. But I give people gift ideas because I know it will make them happy.
Absolutely.
I don't really want it, but me, what like I picked out like what stuff I got you and Mick. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to see it.
I presume part of it is the same, Christmas hard on I get, so to speak,
Yeah.
which is I wasn't always in a position to buy gifts.
Yeah.
Now I am.
Yeah.
And that truly, the giving truly gives me joy, because not for nothing, dude, and it's going to sound arrogant, but what the fuck do I need?
Yeah.
I'm big time. I got a podcast.
I know. I got a podcast. That's the thing. When I look for a gift for you, I just like, what is Sean, what I see him living his life. I try to pay attention throughout
You
the
buy
year.
me the greatest gifts ever.
I just like, I think I take personal pride in my gift giving.
Your gifts are that good. They are perfect gifts in the sense that they're always something I want but would never buy.
Right. So I'm like, yeah, Sean's not going to buy this or,
Those things don't exist in your world, though, because you want something, you buy it.
Generally, yeah. But luckily, I got a 4K TV and I like hard copy 4K
Yeah,
movies.
I will be I'll be consulting with your wife in the
Yes.
very near future.
Yes, there's a whole list of a litany of movies I like in 4K.
Christmas is so sacred to me that I could talk about it forever. I'm not kidding when I say, one, I have two types of Christmas music. I have what you were talking about, the Dean Martin kind of,
The classics,
somehow I have two kind of, I call them holiday radio, which is the Nat King Cole kind of stuff. But boy, somehow I have two on my Pandora.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, I'm like, what is this? Christina Aguilera? I don't give a shit. Like, just get
the
out of
modern
here.
versions,
And I'm like, oh, and I realized I was on the wrong one.
Yeah.
I got back to my Dean Martin and stuff.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, yeah.
I like the classics,
So
the
good.
old ones, yeah.
So good.
The whole thing about, kissing Santa, and, obviously, is he cheating or is that the dad?
I always bothered. That one always bothered me. The I Saw Mommy kissing
It was
Santa
actually
Claus.
banned for a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's rough.
It's a cute song, though.
It is cute, but I mean it's but yeah, does that mean like we're not gonna go there.
Yeah, I know.
It definitely defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
But
no, it's like, what were they thinking back then when they wrote that?
I could talk forever about Christmas music too, but I'm not going to. I'm going to mention a couple things though. Been a few years. One of these days, I'm going to drag you to a live version of Handel's Messiah because it is. And yeah, I swear to you guys, I'm not a Christian. I swear.
He just plays one in a movie.
Yeah, I just know more about it than most Christians. Handel's Messiah is pretty much, if you were going to write a song to God, you could do a lot worse than that. And it's special. And if you're out there saying, but that's an Easter song, I'll give it to you. You're right.
Yeah.
But we played at Christmas, goddammit. But you are correct.
Yeah.
There's actually an album I have called Christmas Adagios, and it is, you can actually YouTube it, and their version of In Dulce Jubilo is one of the best I've ever heard, but again, I like that choral music, so I do recommend that, though, to anybody that's into that kind of stuff. And when I say I do occasionally listen to Christmas music all year long, that's what I mean, the choral stuff, because it is soothing to my soul. I can't imagine how many lives that has saved.
Jesus.
And last for me, I wanted to say, not to milk this for all it's worth, but a couple years back I had a kidney removed because I had cancer, and kind of like a pandemic, we're going to give that a thumbs down. That's no good. Yeah. And so that was literally, I think December 22nd was my surgery, or something like that. It was way close to Christmas. Yeah. So Christmas, I was literally, my best friend came and hung my new TV at the time, boy. Yeah. And which was awesome because I literally, at the time, I couldn't lift anything. Like, I think I could lift like 3 pounds. Like, I physically could lift whatever I wanted, but the stitches... Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. But yeah, the stitches would have pulled if I lifted anything. So, like, I mean, I remember figuring out, like, what can I lift? And the conclusion I came to was, like, nothing. So I was pretty much on my recliner, just kind of, honestly, I was in and out of consciousness. I was barely there. But we did Christmas there. And I don't even know who found it, but we found this video on YouTube. It's called Santa's Castle, and I highly recommend it. And it's super duper special to me because I was heavily medicated. But it's basically this like 3D rendered castle of Santas. And it just shows you different views, and it kind of floats in and floats out, and that's all it is. It's hours of that. And we played it all Christmas on a loop. And again, I was coming in and out of consciousness because I was all doped to high heaven. And I think I'm not kidding when I say I think that's part of the reason it's so magical to me now.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend you check it out if you're looking for just in fact, at Thanksgiving I did this where I just put it on the screen and I actually muted the TV and then I played Holiday Thing through Pandora, and you just have that on the screen, and it's quite jovial. So I do recommend that.
Yeah, I would like to do that because generally I put like a fireplace on, scene or cabin, and then I play something else. You know what I'm saying? I like having something on the TV because I don't have a fireplace like you have, so I have to have a fake one or something.
I don't know if I ever shared the story. It cracks me up though. My eldest sister and I used to go shopping every year, and we'd go Christmas shopping. And one year we went out to Reading, Pennsylvania to do the outlets for 2 days. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Some kind of guilt. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Some kind of guilt.
Yeah.
But we go into this store that I have no idea what the name of it was. And, you know, if you're from New York City, you know what the Yule log is. If you don't, it's basically a videotape of somebody that has a fire, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And we go into this store, and there's this display of DVDs of the Yule log. And my sister's standing next to me, and my sister's literally looking at this thing. Who in the hell would buy this? And she looks over me, and I've got like 10 of them. I'm like, not only will I buy one for me, I will buy one for everyone.
Yes, everyone must have this. I would throw that in.
I would buy the Yule log. Now you don't need to. You just YouTube the damn thing.
Yeah, I know.
But,
but there's commercials like crazy now, so I don't know. I might go back to hard copies again.
Now, for nothing, I can get you a copy because we still watch that on Christmas. I'm not kidding.
I'd rip it and put it in my Plex.
That's great. Yep.
That's right.
I think I might have done that already too.
Yeah. Because that's the problem. YouTube is getting like
it has gotten worse.
Yeah, it's like, and they did this thing where they're like, oh, let's make the commercials shorter, but more of them.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
It's like, oh, jeez.
I like the ad placements. I've read for years that they're going back to that, and I'm all for it. Where, you know, you're watching Superman save the day, and he says, "And I use Tide to get the stains out of my cape."
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, like the Truman Show, you know, where they have the ads while they're talking.
Yeah, I'm okay with that actually. Just do it in a way that doesn't involve me really.
Yeah.
Doesn't trick me into it. So any other Christmas items for you, buddy?
No, I think that's it. I do enjoy Christmas.
I do too. So
someday, my goal is because my grandfather,
Christmas?
I did inherit a Christmas tree village.
Nice.
My grandfather always had underneath the tree.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got the train set, but you can pick one to train. But
absolutely,
Christmas to me was always that village.
Absolutely,
with the train
I think that's great.
So
Nichols would love one too. We just don't have. There's no feasible space for it.
Yeah, I think I might go. You know, now these days, I think you can buy a smaller train. So I might pick up one of the really small scale trains and make a little tiny village underneath the tree. That's my
awesome.
goal. That's my goal.
I like that. Well, I do have a couple shout outs before we land this plane, and that would just be a shout out to Audrey and Taman for all the support. And frankly, a shout out to all of you that can hear this. Really appreciate. We're having a great lot of fun doing this show, and we really appreciate you being a part of it. And again, we're going to take a break for a few weeks here, but we will be back with season 3, stronger than ever. Yep. And we hope you're there with us.
Yes.
So
awesome.
Well, with that, my friend, I'm going to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Christmas.
Stay safe. Have a great Happy New Year. And we'll see you in 2022.
See you next year.
Exactly. So with that, then, this is Sean.
This is Kevin.
And that's the one other thing.
Good night.